So in this lecture we are continuing our last part. We are doing some problem based on what conservation of momentum. We already have done like gun and bullet problem, then we have done spring problem, bomb explosion problems, and now we are doing another important problem that's called 3/4 problems we are doing. This is called bullet and block problem. Okay. So in this type of problem what happens? Suppose a block is, there's a block of some mass, let's say capital M, okay, is hanging stationary like this by a string of length L. The mass of the string is negligible, okay. Now what happens, a bullet comes here, this is your bullet, and this bullet has mass small m, velocity small e, right? Yes. So what will happen, this bullet come and hit this block, the block will move upward, okay. So they will ask a few questions to us like what is the velocity after this bullet, what's the velocity of this block after the bullet hit it, and what is the height raised by this block, and what is the angle made by string, and these few questions they will ask to us. So again here we have two possibilities. What to, either this bullet can get embedded inside this block, or it just pierce it and comes out, right? Two possibilities we have. So let's write two cases. First case, write bullet remains embedded in block. This bullet coming and is what, stick to what, this block itself, doesn't come out, okay, doesn't pierce it. In that case what will happen, okay. So let's see. Okay, so let's write conservation of the momentum principle. Okay, what's the initial momentum? P initial, momentum of the block plus momentum of the bullet. Two things we have as a system, right? Yes, I told you like one thing alone we cannot talk conservation, always there is system, two things, okay. Yeah. So what is the momentum of block? This block was initially at rest, so its momentum is what, 0, but bullet was moving with mass m and velocity v. So this is your initial momentum, simply what, mv. Then equation 1. What is final momentum? Finally what happens, this bullet gets stick into this block, right? Now I am saying this block, this bullet was here inside the block, right? Now they moves together upward. They will move like, let me remove it here. Suppose the block comes now what, here, and bullet will be what, inside this block only, right? Bullet is here. So mass of the whole system will be mass plus mass of the bullet plus mass of the block. Now they are moving, they make an angle of theta, they rise some height also which we have to calculate. That height from ground we can call some name h, how much height is rising h, which we have to calculate, okay. So it is oscillating like that way, correct. Length of string is what, again L, okay. So what angle made by this string, and what is the height it raised, what's the velocity, at what velocity they start moving, let's call capital V. After the bullet gets stick inside this, at what velocity they start moving, that also you have to calculate. Okay, this is the initial momentum. Final momentum I am talking. Final momentum, the bullet and block are one thing now, right? They stick together. So momentum will be m plus m, that's the total mass, into velocity v, correct. Let's equate them. Initial momentum should be equal to final momentum. So from here what you can calculate, m plus m, capital V should be equal to what, mv. So from here the first answer you are giving is what, velocity of block after bullet strike, right? Immediately what's the velocity when they start moving from here, that will be v, will be simply mv upon small m plus capital M. That's what your answer, first answer, simplest answer they can answer like this way, okay. Let's call this equation 3. Okay, now listen carefully, this answer you can also calculate like this, velocity of this block in terms of what, mass of these two, bullet and block, plus velocity of the bullet. Suppose you know velocity of the bullet, then here you can give the answer, the velocity of the block after it hit. Suppose you know the height rise, suppose you know height rise, then this answer you can calculate in terms of what, height rise also. What we do, let's write conservation of the momentum principle, conservation of momentum already we wrote, let's write conservation of mechanical energy by conservation of mechanical energy. What we know, The energy at this point should be equal to energy at that point. At this point they have what? Kinetic energy. They just started moving. This is a reference level. So at this potential is 0, only they have kinetic. And at this point they reach to highest point. At this point velocity becomes 0. They have only what? Potential energy. So kinetic energy at that point is what? Half mv square. Mass means what? M plus m. Together they are moving, and velocity is what? V square. Okay, yes, is equal to what? Energy at that point. At that point we have only potential energy, which is what? mgh. M is small m, g means g, and h means what? H. So if you see this carefully, this term get cancelled, right? So from here v square will be equal to what? Simply 2g and what? H, and if you put root here, that becomes what? Your velocity, correct? That's general formula. So this also velocity of the block, and this also velocity of the block, but this is in terms of what? Velocity of the bullet. If you know the velocity of the bullet, then this is the answer. Or you know the height rise is given to you, then this is in terms of what? Height rise, right? Velocity of the block, correct? So these both giving same answer. Now suppose you equate these two equations, then what will happen? From 4 and 3, okay, what you will get? You equate them, you say that mv upon m plus m should be equal to what? Root 2gh. From here, suppose they ask the velocity of the bullet, this is unknown, then you can find from here. So from here you see that v is nothing but what? This term come here, m plus capital M root 2gh by small m. This gives the velocity of the bullet. So let me write once more. Velocity of bullet in terms of height they are asking. Velocity of the bullet before it strike v. So that's the answer here. Okay. Yes, that's the answer. Velocity. Okay. Velocity of the bullet. That's the second question. Velocity of the block in this format or that format. Both are giving velocity of the block also. Okay. Block. And velocity of the bullet in terms of height is what? Here. Now we are interested in knowing that how much this height raised. Height they can ask you in terms of what? Again, velocity of bullet. So this formula only, just we have to rearrange this. Okay, let's rearrange this formula. Look here. So if you rearrange this formula, how it looks? You square on both sides, then you look like this one. Okay, third question we are answering, which is called height raised. How much height they will rise? Okay. So this equation only I am writing, equation number 5, whatever you say. Square on both sides. V square is equal to m plus m square 2gh by what? M square. H we have to calculate. So h will be simply equal to what? So it becomes V square, I should write like this one, m square V square by small m plus m square into what? 2g. If I 2g I write in front, that looks good. So this is what the height rise in terms of the velocity of the bullet. Generally velocity of bullet will be known to you. They will ask how much height they will rise. So this is the height rise in terms of what? The velocity of the bullet. If you carefully, if you watch this m square V square nothing but was the momentum of the bullet, actually initial momentum of the bullet, that square upon 2g into small m plus capital M. That also what? You can talk height rise. Okay. Third question. Then fourth question will be like this one. They ask you angle made by the string. What is the angle made by the string? So let's talk geometrically. So what's question talking? Fourth question they can ask you angle made by string. When it reaches this point, what's the angle made by the string? This is the fourth question, right? So give attention here. Suppose this angle we want to calculate. So look at this triangle. I am talking about this triangle. Let me use a different color so you see it carefully. So look at this triangle. In this triangle you want to calculate that theta. You know that side, that's what L, and you know that height is what H. So that component becomes L cos theta. That much height. Okay, that much is what? L cos theta, right? So if you see this H is what? Watch carefully. What is H from that picture? H is what? This total length L minus that much length, that's called L cos theta. So H you can also write what? L1 minus cos theta. Very important relation. In many other chapters we will use this, like in our SHM chapter. Questions will be directly asked based on this formula. The height rise in terms of length of the string and angle made by the string. So here if you know height you can calculate angle, you know angle you can calculate what height, and this is very important. I am saying very important because apart from this chapter, in work energy power chapter and our SHM chapter, this formula will be repeated again. Lot of question has been asked on this. Okay, so height rise in terms of angle or angle in terms of height rise, H is equal to what? L 1 minus cos theta, right? So these are the 4-5 major questions based on what? The bullet and block problems. Directly all these formulas should remember to reduce your time in calculations. And this is the first case when bullet is what gets stick into this block, and bullet and block now are one system. This is also called actually perfectly inelastic collision. We will learn in what our next topic. Okay, collision topic we will learn. So they stick together and moving what together, right? Now next we will talk when the bullet pierces and it come out, then how to answer the same questions again. Okay, yes. Okay, we are talking about second case now, case B. So in this case what happened, the bullet will come out of that block, it will not stick there. So bullet emerges out of block, this case. Okay, okay, so how it looks, again there was a block here, this block mass we calling what, m, bullet was coming here, and velocity we calling, mass we calling m, velocity we calling what, v, correct? Okay, and this is string of length L. So when bullet comes here, so what happens, this bullet doesn't stick inside, this comes what, out of this. Okay, so say this bullet comes out with some velocity, let's call v1, mass remains same m. Okay, and this block start moving with velocity, let's call velocity v2. Okay, now block will move with different velocity and this bullet will move with different velocity, correct? Also one thing happens here, but we neglect that. When this bullet comes out, it takes some mass of this block out, right? But that we neglect. Okay, so what happened, this bullet came, it pierced this hole completely and came out of this, it moving with velocity v1 bullet. So let me write here, we confuse, v is the initial velocity of bullet and v1 we calling final velocity of bullet when it comes out, right? When it comes out of block, right? Yes, and v2 is the velocity of block after collision or after the bullet strike this. Okay, so again we are interested in knowing that how much height they will rise. That's the main question they ask here, how much height they will rise and block alone. Okay, yes, height you want to calculate, again same question, what is the height rise. Okay, so let's start with again conservation of momentum principle. Okay, what is initial momentum? Initially bullet was moving, it has momentum, yes, mv, the block was at rest, so initial momentum just what, mv only, like we done last time. Okay, final momentum is important. Finally, the bullet and blocks are moving with different velocity in same direction. So momentum of bullet will be m into v1, momentum of the block will be capital M into what, v2, correct? Equation 1, equation 2. Momentum should be what, equal, yes, initial is equal to final momentum. So mv should be equal to what, m v1 plus capital M v2, right? Okay, so this term I can take on same side, m v minus v1 is equal to capital M and v2, let's call this equation number 3. Okay, yes. So like last time also we have done, one equation we wrote from momentum, then other equation we wrote from conservation of energy. Same thing we have to do here by conservation of mechanical energy, right? Writing conservation of mechanical energy. What is the energy of this block alone at that point? Kinetic energy. Okay, started moving. So half mass is m, velocity is what? We calling that what symbol we calling v2. So v2 square is equal to energy at that point. That point will be purely what? Potential energy, mgh. Okay, so m, g and h. I am writing this for what? Block. So block mass is capital M. Okay, so from here if you see that nothing but v2 square is equal to 2gh, v2 will be simply root 2gh equation. This is we calling fourth equation. So this is also velocity of the block, and let's replace it what in this equation. So what we say now, from equation 3 and 4 we are talking. Let's put the value of V2 here. We will get this answer M V minus V1 is equal to capital M and V2 is what? Root 2GH. We are interested in knowing that what is the height rise, right? That you want to calculate. Let's square on both sides. M square V minus V1 square capital M square 2G and H. So this is what your height rise. H will be equal to M square V minus V1 square by 2G capital M square. This is the height raised by this block when bullet hit and comes out of this, right? So mainly they ask you this question only, what is height raised, okay? Or height raise is given to you. Then they can ask you this question, what's the velocity, at what velocity the bullet comes out of this block? V1 they can ask you, at what velocity the bullet comes out of the block. So V1 they can ask you if the height raise is given to you. So either height, if velocity of the bullet, this is the initial velocity of the bullet before striking, this is the velocity afterward coming, leaving that block. If both are given, then they will ask you height raised, or height rise is given, initial velocity given, then this velocity they will ask to you. If they ask angle made by string, this will be same only. So you write that H is also equal to what? L1 minus cos theta. This is again same relation we will use if they ask any questions like this, right? So these are two cases of the bullet and block problem. We are writing conservation of the momentum and conservation of the mechanical energy. Okay, right. We will do now some numerical problem based on these. Okay. So we are doing few more problems based on the conservation of the momentum. Okay. So 4 problems I have just written here. Let's see them, how to solve them. Okay, problem number 1 says a bullet of mass 50 gram get embedded in a block of mass 250 gram, rising it to a height of what? 10 centimeter. Find the velocity of the bullet before it strikes the block. So here we have to find the velocity of the bullet, and the height it rising is given to what? 10 centimeter. We know height rising formula, we know, which is I think this one. This is what case the bullet get embedded inside the block and they moves what together. So formula like this one, M square V square by 2G M plus capital M and what? Whole square. This is the formula. Small m is the mass of the bullet and big M is the mass of the block. Okay, let's put the values all. So we will see here M square, mass of the bullet 50. So I am writing 50 into 50 and is given gram. Gram is 10 power minus 3 kg and I am writing 2 times, I will write 10 power minus 6 into velocity square. So we have to find actually the velocity. So I am writing this velocity square only here. Okay, and 2 times of g is 10, m plus m, 50 plus 250 is 300 gram, and again square of this. So I should write like this way, 300 into 300, again 10 power what? Minus 6. Okay, yes, is equal to h. H also given 10 centimeter. I will write later. Okay, you can write here 10 centimeter is 10 into 10 power minus 2 meter. We have to find velocity. Okay, let's solve this problem. So if you see carefully, minus 6 you can cancel here the power. Okay, and this goes 6 times, 50 goes 6 times, right? So on top you don't have anything. So v square will be equal to what? That become 10 into 10 power minus 2, and these terms goes that side. So 2 into 10 into 6 into what? 6. This is the number we getting. Okay, okay, 10 power minus 2 you get cancelled here and here, right? Correct. So we got this what? 36 into 2, right? And we need velocity, so we need root of this thing. 36 into what? 2. 36 we can take 6, so 6 root 2 meter per second. That should be the velocity of that bullet, okay, before it strike. Okay, yeah. So okay, let's move on to the next problem. So it was quite simple only. Height is given, we have to find the velocity of the bullet. We have found it, no problem. Okay, yes. Okay, let's move to the next problem, which says, okay, these two problems that I mentioned, these are related to what? Modern physics. So if you are an 11th class student, you may not be knowing the formula of these things because they are linked with what? Those chapters. If you are in 12th class, then you should know the formula of these. Okay, let's talk about this problem. This was problem number A we have done. Let's talk about problem number what? B. So he says that the heavy nucleus is at rest and breaks into what? Two fragments, okay, two pieces, which flies of velocity of what? 8:1. Find the ratio of the radius of the fragment. This question is also very popular. This question has been asked in this chapter here, and same question, like same way they have asked in what? In modern physics, means when we learn our this atomic and nuclear structure, these chapters in 12th class, same question will be there. Three things are there: velocity, mass and radius. These will relate these three things. Okay, how to solve this problem? First understand, one is our momentum conservation, MB, momentum is conserved, and one in our 12th class, when we are learning the atomic structure chapter, we will see a formula. Nuclear chapter, we will see a formula. It's called radius of any nucleus is equal to r naught, okay, a power 1/3, where r naught is called a constant, Rutherford constant, and a is called the mass number, like that mass, okay, atomic mass number. So radius, how it varies? A power 1/3. So always we have to use these two formulas together to solve the problem like this, and this problem has been repeated in our exam. Okay, sometimes they give velocity ratio, they ask radius ratio, sometimes radius ratio is given, they ask velocity or mass ratio, like this. Okay, yeah. Also this formula itself very popular, because copy to copy 5 questions has been they asked on this formula between radius and what? Mass relation in that chapter, okay, nuclear chapter, okay, of 12th class. So how to solve here? So they said there is a nucleus, okay, this was nucleus at rest, so initial momentum is what? 0. Now it break into two part 1 and what? Part 2, right? Yeah, this is one, let's say it's mass m1, that's mass what? m2, radius r1, radius r2, velocity v1, velocity v2, correct? So the final momentum should be also what? 0, because initial momentum is 0, okay. So here as velocity ratio given, they are asking what's the radius ratio. So first write momentum equation. Momentum of this m1 v1 should be equal to what? m2 v2, right? Because total momentum should be 0. P1 plus P2 should be equal to 0. P1 should be equal to what? P2 negative, right? Okay. So from here what is given to us? Velocity ratio is given. First you can find mass ratio. So you see what is mass ratio coming? m1 by m2. How much coming? Is coming v2 by v1. Correct. m1 by m2 is coming what? v2 by v1, means opposite of that means what? 1/8. This is what your mass ratio. Now use this formula, the nuclear chapter formula, the radius is proportional to what? A power 1/3. A is nothing what? Again mass number, right? That also mass, that's also what? Mass number, same thing. So radius r1 by radius r2 should be equal to what? Like a1 by a2 power 1/3. And a1 a2 means what? Mass 1 by mass 2, which is what? This number. So 1/8 power what? 1/3 means what? 1/2, or what is the answer? 1/2. That's the answer. Very important problem like this, okay? Yes. Okay, the little simple problem, next one. It says that nucleus of mass number A is initially at rest, and again is rest, emits an alpha particle with speed what? V. The recoil speed of the daughter nucleus will be what? This problem is same as just like our bullet and gun problem. You fire the bullet, gun will recoil, and we have to find the velocity of the recoil, right? Same. So there was a nucleus initially at rest, so initial momentum is what? 0. Now it fires what? Alpha particle. Alpha particle is what? Helium particle. Simply this is alpha particle, right? If you don't know, no problem. This also come in 12th class nuclear chapter. And so this daughter particle will move what? Backward, correct? Mass of alpha particle is what? 4. This is called mass number, right? Suppose initially it has mass number A, they said, like they said initially mass number is what? A. If alpha particle comes out of this nucleus, then what is remaining mass number? A minus what? 4, because 4 came out, alpha particle came out, means mass number reduced by what? 4. So this came out, okay. Now initial momentum 0, the final momentum should be also 0. Okay, so what is the momentum of this? Let's say velocity v. So momentum of that daughter nucleus will be, mass number is what? This is a mass into velocity v, should be equal to what? This one. So here mass number is 4 and velocity they said something what? Small v, correct? Okay, that's the velocity of recoil, which is nothing but, you see, v is equal to what? 4 by a minus 4 into what? V. That's the velocity of what? Recoil. Let's call it capital V, right? Just like gun. Okay, yes. So this also in nuclear chapter. Okay, let's see, there's one more problem. Problem number what? 4th problem. So last problem. It says there is a main of mass 50 kg in gravity free space at 10 meter from the floor. So this is the floor, and there is a main here at what height? Suppose main is here. This height is given as what? 10 meter, correct? Then what he do? He throws a ball of mass 0.5 kg downward with velocity of what? 2 meter per second. He is throwing a ball from this height and he is throwing in what? Downward direction, right? You are in gravity free space. If you throw a ball somewhere, then you will move again what? Backward only, right? So again, same problem like you firing bullet, gun will move what? Backward. Same like you are throwing a ball, you will move what? Upward. So saying find the distance of the person from the floor when the ball reaches the ground. You throwing a ball from this height, velocity given, mass given, till it reaches toward this floor, the main will move little upward. Suppose main will be here. Yes. So we have to find that distance first, x. Then they are asking what is the total distance of this person from the floor. Let's call that capital H, right? Yeah. So initial distance is this much, already given 10 meter. So we are interested in knowing what? First, we know the velocity of the ball we throwing, mass we know, mass of the person we know. So when the person throws the ball downward, the main will move what? Upward. At what velocity will move? We can use conservation of the momentum. Initial momentum of the main plus ball is what? 0. So final momentum should be also 0. Okay, what is the momentum of the ball? Final momentum, m into v. Mass of, okay, I am writing mv of ball should be equal to what? Mv of the main. Because this minus this should be equal to what? 0. Initial momentum of them together is what? 0. Both were at rest. So mass of the ball is given 0.5 and velocity they gave here something 2 meter per second. Okay, is equal to mass of the person is given what? 50 kg. Okay, into velocity of the person. So this v becomes simply what? 1 by 50 meter per second. The main will move at this velocity what? In upward direction when he throws a ball downward. This we found by writing conservation of the momentum. Okay, now you are interested in knowing that with this the initial velocity of the main, right? For how much time he will move? The time we want to get. They said that how much is at what distance is there from floor till the ball reaches ground. So we want to know that how much the ball will take time to reach what? Ground. Time we want to find. So we can write equation of motion. We know height, we know initial velocity, right? So we can write s is equal to what? Ut plus half at square. We can write this equation or can write, yes, this equation only we have to write. Other equation we cannot write. No. Also you should here give attention here because here this is not gravity free space. What is this? Gravity free space. So no acceleration. So no need to write all these terms. Just distance is equal to what? Velocity into time. Simply you write because he is not accelerating. It's a gravity free space. G is 0 directly. Okay. So distance is what? 10 meter. Velocity of the ball is given 2 into time t. So we see from here time becomes what? 5 seconds. Means the ball will take 5 seconds to reach to what? Ground. Okay. In 5 seconds, how much the main will go upward? Again, let's find distance moved by main. Velocity into time. What's the velocity of the main? 1 by 50. And time is what? 5. So this become what? 1 by 10 or 0.1 meter. So main will move how much distance? 0.1 meter. So the question is saying that what is the distance of this person from the floor? So distance of this person from floor will be total distance. We'll look at that distance already we know. Initial distance 10 meter plus is moving how much extra? 0.1. So 10 plus 0.1 means 10.1 meter. That's the distance of this person from the floor. When the ball reaches to the ground. So these were some additional questions based on what? Conservation of the momentum. Now we finish it completely. So after this we moving to our next topic. That's what? Collision. Okay. That also mainly we have to use conservation of the momentum and what? Energy principles. Okay.